So you've got your notebook and a pen and a timer set for 90 minutes. And if you don't have those things yet, press pause on me, go get them and come right back. Hi, and welcome to Write It Out for the week of June 18th, 2023. Write It Out is brought to you by Write for Wellness, for you and for Enliven Muskoka. Enliven Muskoka provides services and programming to anyone whose life has been impacted by cancer. If you can, please consider making a donation or volunteering to Enliven Muskoka today. So what is Write It Out? Write It Out is 90 minutes of time that you set aside for yourself every week just to write and find out what's on your mind. I'll provide you with a word prompt and a story prompt, and you can use one or both of those prompts to help you with your writing today. The most important thing is to spend the time on you today and just do some writing. Turn off the editor in your head. Don't worry about spelling, punctuation, or grammar. It doesn't even need to make sense. The writing that you do is just for you. You can decide to share it if you like, but there's no expectation of that. And what to write? Well, you might want to write a story, a letter, a poem, a list, a song, a journal entry. Anything at all that comes to mind is just perfect for you to write today. If at any point you can't think of anything, then just pause, take a moment, have a rest, and then recall the word prompt and the story prompt, and whatever comes to mind, just begin again. I do like to begin with a short relaxation, and that's just to separate the busyness of your day and for you to kind of realize or to have your body remember that now is the time just for writing. You can turn off everything else. So find a nice quiet place to sit, and you can either just watch the screen or close your eyes and take a nice deep breath. Relax your eyes, your ears, your jaw. Relax your shoulders down away from your ears. From your shoulders, follow your arms down into elbows, elbows into wrists, and wrists into hands, just relaxing. And again, from your shoulders and your spine, follow down, resting and relaxing your heart space, your lungs, your belly. Right down into your sitting bones. And from your hips and your sitting bones, follow your legs across to knees, from knees into feet, and just relax. Feel the ground or the floor beneath your feet. Feel the support and the grounding that's there. And take one more nice deep breath. So our word prompt for this week is the word flow, or flows, or flowing, or flowed, or whatever that word reminds you of. And the story prompt today is from the book Bang Crunch by Neil Smith, and from the story Isolettes. So here's our story prompt for this week. 4 months into Anne's pregnancy, Jacob moved into a top-floor apartment in her building. He called the place the Pent-Up Suite because, according to Anne, the former tenants, a sulky husband and wife, were passive-aggressives. To exorcise the couple's demons, Jacob wandered around his stacks of moving boxes, spritzing a citrus deodorizer. If marriage is an institution, he said, married people should be institutionalized. Anne wondered if this was a veiled reminder that she and Jacob were not a couple, that they weren't bookends propping up Dr. Spock's baby and childcare. Still, the move into her building had been Jacob's idea. Anne concurred, though. Proximity without intimacy, it sounded good to her. She had no desire to actually live with Jacob or any other man. men's bathroom habits, the Q-tips caked with earwax they left on the sink, depressed her. In her foolish 20s, she'd shared a loft with a boyfriend whose puppy dog good cheer had made her want to drive him out into the country and leave him there. Maybe more marriages would last if couples didn't live together, she said to Jacob as he unpacked a food processor the size of a space probe. Maybe couples should buy 2 semi-detacheds and each live on either side, she added. Jacob laughed, his nose-honking laugh. That's why you always strike out at love, Anne, he said. You're so semi-detached. Between the 23rd and 24th week of Anne's pregnancy, the placenta began to separate from the uterine wall. Semi-detached, Anne thought, when the doctor told her. By this time, she was lying under a spotlight in the emergency ward of the Royal Victoria Hospital. Her contractions were a minute apart. A nurse, the one who'd injected her with antibiotics earlier, yelled out, "Cervix fully effaced." The warm amniotic fluid trickled over Anne's thighs, and the obstetrician soon announced, "She's crowning," as if Anne herself were Queen Victoria. Then came the huge, irresistible urge to push. When the neonatologist lifted her newborn daughter, Anne saw the tiny infant bat the air with one arm, as if to clear everyone away, the doctors, the nurses, even her exhausted, terrified mother. So that's our story prompt. And again, the word prompt is the word flow. You've got 90 minutes on your timer. Press pause on me and write it out. And welcome back. We're the week of June 18th, and we will be doing our final transition into summer. The solstice is on Tuesday, the longest day of the year. So I hope you're able to get out and enjoy more of the sunshine, that the bugs or the fires or the floods aren't too bad where you are. Take a moment to thank yourself for showing up for you today, for doing your writing. And maybe offer thanks to the location that you're in or any helpers that happened to come by to help you with your writing today. Whether it was a dragonfly that flew by or a bird or your pet. Yeah, just offer a bit of gratitude to them as well. So we'll finish with our spring poem. This is the last time we'll hear this one. Canadian Shield Spring by Ali, and that's at aliespoetry.ca. Heard a whippoorwill out walking this morning, a morning like one at the beginning of the world. Or it's the end of the world now, more likely. Or maybe not a whippoorwill. I don't know most birds. I know I did see a flash of black and red on a bulrush. Or maybe a cattail. I don't know most plants. But I know this pond and the red-winged blackbird. I know the melt of snow, the ice pocked and heaving, the river water awakened and running beyond. I know these 2 geese, mates returned, watching, riding the waves. And though I don't see him, the beaver, I see the tree stumps he's shaped, sharpened like javelins, pointed like spears. I see the flint cheekbones of the earth emerged from snow into sun. Her soft breasts of moss, her skin of pine needles, her brown grass greening, in spots still wet, concealing fragrant mud. A morning like one at the beginning of the world, the dawn shaking out like a blanket around us. I put my lips to the earth, I stretch myself full on her smooth rocks, withered grass, smell of wet leaves in shade. I stretch my arms along her rigid bones, calling down the sun, calling up the warmth, conducting her warmth and his, the sun's, through me, into my bones, heart to beating heart, and palm to upturned palm. I forgive her. I forgive us both for who we were all winter. And that's Write It Out for this week. Thank you so much for joining me here this week. Stay well. Bye for now.